Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. This is Oregon going to Utah. Now, looking at this, I really was going to pick Oregon pretty big. But here's the problem. Oregon has a fast-paced offense. In the last two games, they've given up 438 yards passing to Washington State and 302 passing to Washington. All right, and the Washington game was away. They had a hard time over there, and they really should have won that game. The coach costed in that game going for it on fourth down 3 times, where he should have kicked 2 field goals and punted that ball at the end of the game. And what the problem I see with Oregon's defense is their passing defense is very, very bad. That's almost 750 yards passing in the last 2 games. You can't do that if you're a top 10 team. And the fact that they struggled a little bit over there on the road. Now, penalties weren't a problem in the Washington game. It's really hard to play perfect because they played a perfect game as far as the team goes. And here's the thing for Utah. Utah's offense, despite only scoring 23 points a game, which is horrific, their defense is really good. They've given up 15 points a game. They only gave up 21 points once. That's the most they've given up. Actually, no. With USC, they gave up 32, but it was over there at USC. And Utah's defense is pretty dominant. Let's see. They run for 196 yards a game, and they only throw for 137. But given how Oregon's pass defense has not played great, I think Utah is good enough to take advantage of that and go past that average. I don't think they'll get 300, 400 yards passing, but I think they'll be able to get more than what they get on average. And I think that running game will be good enough to keep Oregon's defense guessing. And speaking of offense, Utah's offense likes to hog up the ball. They, with the exception of 2 games, they have had they've won time of possession in 5 of the 7 games that they've had. They've had it as long as 40 minutes and 5 seconds. They've had it for 34 minutes and 28 seconds. If they have this ball for at least 34 minutes or longer, I think they'll win this game. Because then, again, you have Oregon's offense going fast-paced. So that means Oregon will get stopped at least once or twice while Utah, hangs on to that ball and is able to get a few touchdowns at least. By throwing the ball. Here's the thing. Utah doesn't have, and I'm assuming Cam Rising doesn't play. Their quarterbacks are mobile. They can throw the football pretty good. Their running game is really good. That's going to make Oregon think a lot. So Oregon's defense, while I know it's really good, Utah hogs up the ball a lot, which means Oregon's defense will be on the field entirely too much, and I think they're going to get tired. And here's the thing, Utah's defense is really good. So for Oregon, even though your offense is explosive, good luck doing what you want to do. That ain't happening, not at Utah. So I actually have Utah upsetting Oregon at home. Now, if this game was in Eugene, I would pick Oregon. But Oregon's only a 5.5-point road favorite. I think Utah wins a time of possession. I think Dan Lanning is going to be too aggressive on fourth down again. I think that'll be a big part of it. He won't be able to get it because Utah's a tough team on the line of scrimmage. Very tough to deal with. I think Utah's running game is good enough. It will be good enough here. I think they'll run more than what Washington got. Washington only had 99 yards. They run the ball better than Washington does. I don't think they'll have 200, 300 yards rushing on Oregon, no. But what I'm saying is I think they'll have more than what anybody else has had, and that'll make Utah's passing game look better than what it really is because Oregon's pass defense is garbage. Again, I think time of possession, the passing game will be good enough. The running game will be good enough. And I say good enough because Oregon still has a good defense overall. It's just that pass defense is not very good. And while you're able to have more success throwing the football than what you normally do, like Utah, for example, it'll open up the running game. So for that reason, I don't think Oregon's going to have enough time with the football to really do as much as they'd like. I think Utah's defense will get a crucial fourth down stop here or two there. Utah's defense is nothing to play with. I got Utah upsetting Oregon, 28-24. Give me the Utes. I think they play a perfect game offensively in terms of avoiding the turnovers. And I think Oregon will just be too aggressive on offense. They won't have the ball enough to really muster enough offense as much as they would like.